Welcome to the Free Super Tips Premier League Tipping Challenge, and this week we've got Louis Beneventi from 100% Chelsea with us. How are you doing, Louis?
Not bad. Yourself? How are you?
Yeah, good. Now I've explained the rules to you, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to do the 5 big matches this weekend, and we're going to get started with Chelsea versus Man United. So, Saturday, 12:30, we've got Chelsea versus Manchester United. Good week to have you on, Louis. Now, for free super tips, a stat that stood out to us, Chelsea have only lost one of their last 16 Premier League home matches against United, which we was quite surprised at. Chelsea obviously now in cracking form, and everyone seems happy under Maurizio Sarri, Hazard on fire, as we know. Obviously, the opposite at Old Trafford. Could this be Mourinho's last game? Could it be his old club that puts the final nail in the coffin? I think he could get away with a close defeat. A hammering, though, might put him over the edge. For us, we see United scoring. They've got enough attacking talent to grab a goal, but we're very confident Chelsea win. So our main bet is Chelsea and both teams to score. Anyone looking for something a bit more speculative, we'd go 3-1 Chelsea. What about yourself?
I'm personally going to go 2-1 Chelsea. I think you know, it's one of those games which could go either way. I think, you know, Jose Mourinho, he knows how to manage these sort of games. These are the kind of situations where he thrives. You know, he's under the cosh. You know, he's got everyone saying he's going to get sacked. You know, people don't believe in him, and obviously Chelsea are in cracking form, as we've already said. And it just strikes me as a game where he could come out and he could get a result if anyone's feeling a bit fruity. But I agree. I mean, to be honest, as a team, we've gelled really well. Maurizio Sarri's got us playing this beautiful style of football. Hazard's firing all cylinders, so he's a handful to deal with, obviously winning September's Player of the Month. Yep. I just think we might just edge it. Obviously, so they've got enough attacking talent. They will score. Our defence isn't the best. We're keeping clean sheets, but we're not playing the massive teams. You know, against Liverpool, obviously, we conceded last minute in the league.
So score prediction for you?
I'm going to go 2-1.
Saturday, 3 o'clock, we've got West Ham versus Tottenham. Now, West Ham, bad start, but they've turned the corner. They've only lost one of their last 4. So impressed with Declan Rice. What a player. I'd love United to sign him personally. But Tottenham, bit of a mixed start, but yet they're still sat in 5th place in the table. Interesting, they've only won 4 of the last 12 competitive matches against West Ham. We don't think West Ham get beat here. Our speculative score would be 1-1, anyone wanting a bit, you know, decent price. But our main selection, we're going to go for West Ham in the double chance market. What about yourself? Who do you fancy?
Okay. It's just Tottenham are good. That's the thing. Even though West Ham have turned the corner, Tottenham have the talent. It depends on injuries. Obviously, they have had a lot of injuries recently, and it's whether those players are going to be fit. But I just think that they'll have that bit too much. Harry Kane is Harry Kane. Yeah. He's one of the best centre forwards, if not the best centre forward on the planet for me personally. I just think they'll have a bit too much for West Ham. So again, I'm going to go 2-1. I think Arnautovic will net one for West Ham.
Saturday, 5:30, we've got Huddersfield versus Liverpool. Now, Huddersfield only scored 4 goals in the Premier League so far, which is the lowest joint with Cardiff. Liverpool have only conceded 3, which is the lowest joint with Man City. So you can see where we're going here. We don't think Huddersfield are going to score, especially as it looked like Virgil van Dijk's going to be back. He picked up a bit of a knock while he was away with Netherlands, but it looks like he's going to be fit. So we don't see Huddersfield scoring. Liverpool got enough firepower going forward to cause Huddersfield all sorts of problems. We're going to go for 2-0 Liverpool, and our main selection would be Liverpool to win 2-0. What about you?
I'm going to go with that as well, but I'm going to go 3-0 instead of 2-0. Right. I just think, you know, Firmino may not be scoring goals at the minute, but Mane and Salah, just as players, they just turn up when they want to. Mane's been superb for Liverpool this year. Obviously, Salah hasn't really carried on the form that he had from last year. I mean, you can't really blame him. That was a superb season. But, you know, that front three, the link-up play, the engine room that Liverpool have in the middle, you know, you've got Jorginho Wijnaldum, Jordan Henderson, Naby Keita as options. Obviously, you've got far more as well. Yeah. I just think they'll have far too much for Huddersfield. They'll dominate that game, easily smash them with that Jurgen press, that high tempo football with Jurgen Klopp. I'm going to go for 3-0.
Sunday, 4 o'clock, we've got Everton versus Crystal Palace. Now, good stat for us here. Everton, 5 of the 6 games in the Premier League that Richarlison has started, they've scored 2 goals or more. Okay? Marco Silva's got them playing some good football. Walcott's back to a bit of form, isn't he? Sigurdsson, that cracking goal the other week. So we like the look of Everton. Crystal Palace, well, they're starting to disappoint, really. And Zaha looks like he could be out. He picked up a knock, I think, on international duty, so he could be missing. Crystal Palace have only won 1 of their last 7, and Everton are unbeaten in their last 7 against Crystal Palace. So we're all over Everton here. We think it might be, we're going to go for 2-1, but our main selection is Everton themselves to score over 1.5 goals.
I think that's a perfect tip. You know, obviously, like we're saying, Richarlison, to every time he's played, 5 out of 6, wasn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they've scored 2 more goals. Great creative player, great going forward in terms of scoring goals as well. If he starts, yeah, I'll back that. I think Everton could be a 2-1, maybe even 3-1 if Zaha's not playing. In fact, it could be 3-0 if Zaha's not playing. Because to be honest, Crystal Palace are an okay side, but without Zaha, you know, I'd say he's the best player outside the top 6.
Yeah.
But you know, without him, they're nothing. For me personally, no Zaha, no party, I guess would be the terminology. But I think, you know, I just Everton will have too much. They're okay. They're in the mid-range this season. They're not going to do too much. They're not going to absolutely disappear. You know, like they nearly did last season. So, yeah,
I think Richarlison's the key.
Yeah, exactly.
And Zaha, obviously, for Palace if he's missing.
Yeah. Well, if he's missing, I'm going to go 3-0.
3-0?
3-0 Everton.
Okay.
And if he's not, I'll go 2-1.
Monday night football, and we've got Arsenal versus Leicester. Now, Arsenal on a bit of a winning run now, 6 matches on the spin. They're the 2nd highest scorers in the Premier League as well, behind Manchester City. Still look a little bit vulnerable to us at the back, and Leicester, interestingly enough, have scored in all 8 of their Premier League games. We think Arsenal nick this, but it's going to be a thriller. We're going for 3-2.
Wow. Okay.
And our main selection would be Arsenal and both teams to score. What about yourself?
Arsenal, both teams to score is the correct one, but I'm going to go 3-1. I just think, you know, like we're saying, Leicester are scoring goals. They're playing okay, but we've seen them getting battered. We saw the game against Bournemouth. We saw what can go wrong for them. Obviously, Jamie Vardy's firing all cylinders, which he loves to do against Arsenal. You know, he will be a problem for that back line. Obviously, Mustafi isn't exactly amazing, I guess is the terminology to use. But I think Arsenal, you know, Lacazette, Aubameyang, the team's just gelling really well under Unai Emery, and this style of football is like a 4-2-3-1 or 4-4-2, depending on how the game's going.
There's goals in that team.
There's loads of goals in that team. I just think they'll have far too much for Leicester's backline. You know, they're without Wes Morgan as well, who, even though he may not be the best of players anymore with age, he's still a leader. So I just think it'll be too much for him at the Emirates. I'm going to go 3-1 Arsenal.
We hope you've enjoyed this week's Premier League Tipping Challenge. Massive thank you to Louis for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
I dare say I'll see you at the game on Saturday.
You certainly will.
Okay. All that's left for me to say is enjoy your Premier League weekend.